This episode is about the 68th convocation of the Rosicrucian Order. Damn, I just chewed up my cough drop. Everybody's bitching about chewing a cough drop. So I'm like, whatever. It says try, and then it has a. Oops. Oh. I forgot this is not a scrolling thing. But the rope, like the Ouroboros, the three concentric triangles, and then the anchor. Wait, did I say anchor? Where's that in the center? Damn, I can't zoom in. Either way, it's a symbol of the Rosicrucian Order. Ah, what the fuck? Let's see, I guess I'm using this hand, and it's about the Great Seal of the United States, and the reason why I wanted to get into this is because of a page of Robert Hieronymus's doctorate thesis. E pluribus unum, that's the reverse side. See, they had the one side, right? They had this side, and then they didn't know what to put the other side. And see, this is where I think Adam Weishaupt pulled a fast one, or there really was a secret person. I guess maybe I should start on the page before. So this is from, damn, we should steal another cough drop. This is from historical analysis. What the fuck? Excuse me. No, I don't give a fuck. Nobody will listen. I'm gonna read this because nobody will read the book. So fuck everybody. If you don't want to read the book, I'll read it to you. Oh shit, sorry. The Great Seal of the United States. E pluribus unum. Oh, so here's the title. I don't know why he wrote A-N. I think he means a historical analysis, because I'm pretty sure you don't read a... Anyways, that doesn't matter. Analysis of the reverse, the American Great Seal and its relationship to the ideology of human... He just gave it a fancy title because it's really a doctorate on the Illuminati. But damn it, I should talk with the joint in my mouth. There's sound like shit. A historical analysis of the reverse of the American Great Seal and its relationship to the ideology of the humanistic psychology by Robert R. Hieronymus. Dissertation presented to the Humanistic Psychology Institute in partial fulfillment of the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in the Human Sciences. Okay, so he slipped this one by him. But anyways, yeah, where's my ashtray? Where's my ashtray, Sonny? I guess I'll start off around this is page 84. Keep in mind your book copy may have a different page number because this is the original thesis before it was printed into book. So the second paragraph, page 84. Another factor which necessitates evaluation of the esoteric tradition's views and seal's evolution and meaning is that many authors in its tradition are affiliated with, sensitive to, and acknowledgeable about secret societies. And it's saying Case as an author, 1935, Cobb, 1943, Hall, 1972, C. Helen, 1949. These are all book references to what he just said. T. Helen, 1941. Lang, 1917. Maury, 1924. Price, 1952. Taliaferro, 1972. Toten, 1897. Waterman, there's a lot of fucking Waterman, 1973. Wyckoff. Excuse me. Okay. Wyckoff, NDL, ND. There's no date on that one. Okay, so then back, their interpretations reflect this bias. Their insights and projections into the seal's history and meaning permit them to see what others do not and or cannot. And then the unknown man in the seal, the esoteric approach to emphasizes that our knowledge of the seal's history and meaning will always remain incomplete because its inspiration was derived from the unseen, hidden, secret, or unknown sources. Case 1935, DeVos 1921, Fox 1937, Krajenge 1976, B. Price 1952. This unknown source has been personified as a secret society, invisible and unverifiable to physical senses, but represented by the Freemasons, Rosicrucians, and Illuminati. Case 1935, Doriel N.D. Hall 1972, T. Helline 1941, Lannin, Lannin 1931. I guess I should spell the first one. Doriel, Doreal. The second one, Eal. Morey 1924. Morey. Mosley 1974. Spencer 1968. The secret origin of the seal has also taken an individual mask in the form of an unknown man. Carrie, that's a book reference. It's the writer's name. Stranger, Brasington, 1963. The first two such examples, it was that bong that fucked me up. That bong rip, some wags. It wasn't the weed. The first two such examples in relation to the Great Seal is recorded by Brasington, 1963. Quote, the Continental Congress had asked Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams to arrange for a seal for the United States of America. And then a quote within a quote. None of the designs were created or which were submitted to them were suitable. Well, I guess it's not a quote. Never mind. Or this is an excerpt from a book page. Excerpt from a book page inside a boat. So this whole page is being quoted. Fairly late at night, after working on the project all day, Jefferson walked out into a cool night air of the garden, clear of his mind. See, this is where he could be lying. Thomas Jefferson, because he was Illuminati. And then, so they had the one side of the seal that was the phoenix, or the sphinx, or the phoenix, or the thunderbird, or the what is that called? They claimed it was turkey, but it was a phoenix because the feathers had 32 on the wings. And that I don't know if this is the original, but anyways, this second part was the one that was added. That was the Illuminati seal that Thomas Jefferson claimed to find, and that it wouldn't be revealed for a certain amount of time. Right? This book's from 1916. For some reason, someone wrote 1917, but 1916. We can see the 6 points, so I never actually counted these outside orbs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, so 20, I think. 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19. Is there 19? Huh. Well, doesn't make sense. Everything else about it is all symbolic, which you'll see when I read this 68th convocation of the Rosicrucian Order. I guess I don't remember if I said the title. Fundamental Laws, a report on the 68th convocation of the Rose Cross. Damn it, where's my okay, so C. Wait, I guess where was that? Fairly named. Well, yeah. Okay, so back to Thomas Jefferson. He's claiming. I'll just read it. Jefferson walked out into the cool night air of the garden to clear his mind. In a few moments, he rushed back into the room, crying jubilantly. Wait. Oh, that's not part of the quote. I have it. I have it. Indeed, he did have some plans in his hands. They were the plans showing the Great Seal as we know today. Asked how he got the plans, Jefferson told a strange story. A man approached. Well, this isn't a quote or anything. A man approached him wearing a black. Oh yeah, this. Damn it, I'm pretty buzzed. It's typed out on a piece of paper because this was done in 1985, so it's confusing. I mean, I could take a picture of it and post it on Twitter or something. Jefferson told a strange story. A man approached him wearing a black cloak that practically covered him, face and all. Was told that he, a strange visitor, knew they were trying to devise a seal, and that he had a design which was appropriate and meaningful. After the excitement died down, the three went out of the garden to find the stranger, but he was gone. Thus, neither was these founding fathers nor anyone else ever knew who really designed the Great Seal of the United States. It's got a reference to page 43. So the next page, 86. Brasington gives no mention of her source, but the typesetting of the material leads one to believe that it was taken and quoted from an earlier publication, Wilson and Shea, 1975a. Also published this account, citing Brasington as its origin. The stranger and the seal, underlined. The second story is recounted by George W. Carey in an updated pamphlet, quote, 13, The Mystery of the Divine Number Revealed, end quote. It can also be found in Carey's God-Man, the Word Made Flesh, underlined, page 1. Well, I guess it looks like this is kind of a different format. God-Man, the Word Made Flesh, page 134, which was originally published in 1920 and reprinted in 1963. Huh. I believe that Carey's pamphlet was out. Damn it, there goes my joint. Fuck. I guess it's out anyways. I guess I'll put it down for a second. This is important, goddammit. I believe that Carey's pamphlet was printed first because paragraph 10, lately captured, in quotes, by British troops, lately may refer to year or two previous to publication, making the date 1918 or 1919. Carey, 1920 writes. Sometimes stuff like the dates like that and stuff matter because, I'm not sure why it matters in this instant, but sometimes it really does matter. I've ran into anomalies that are similar. But anyways, in researching, so this 19 Carey in 1920 writes, about this time, 1782, an unknown man appeared in Philadelphia and offered the drawing of the seal. See, when I first read the other part originally, I was under the impression that Thomas Jefferson was a liar, but if there's another witness, or you want to get multiple points. I don't think it's hard to say if Thomas Jefferson actually seen a person there, and that, or if Thomas Jefferson had the seal already. An unknown man appeared in Philadelphia and offered the drawing of a seal, C cut, that's in quotations, which he suggested be added to the reverse side. This man declared that the seal would be adopted in the year 1921. Let's see, this is 1917 in this book, the Rosicrucian book. The digits of which equal 13, and that the eagle would no more be used. And see the 13 layers on the pyramid, I'm assuming, would no more be used. Strange to say, the stranger's seal was adopted, but has not come into prominence until the past 3 or 4 years. Page 3 in quotations. Even though the word "C cut" in reference to the seal's reverse were printed in Carey's 1920 publication, no such illustration was depicted in the edition. Another indication that sorry, I got a toothpick in my mouth. Damn, my hands are dry. For being another indication that for being, damn it, my bookmark, for being the divine symbol, 3, the symbol, what is this numbered? For being the 4, for being the divine symbol. Where's 4? I don't see 4. Alright, I'm assuming they're talking about the pyramid. 3, symbol of the results of the mating of the male and female counterparts. They may be talking about this, the 6-pointed star. Male and female counterparts. That's the only page 101. 101. I guess let me check that page real quick. Oh, damn it. Fuck, 100. Wait, there's no picture. Son of a bitch. I'm not reading that. Okay, Haberman, 1942, indicated that the Kabbalistic interpretations can also be found in the seal's history. It was Mr. Henry A. Wallace, the Secretary of Agriculture, who was responsible for the Great Seal's reproduction of the dollar bill. Mr. Henry A. Wallace also has 13 letters to his name, that mystical index of America's history, destiny. It is also of great significance to us that. Okay, so this is Haberman, 1942, talking about this. It is also the great significance to us that the year 1935 is 153 years from 1782. The Congress instituted the use of the Great Seal. That number 153. What are you doing, kitty? You got water and food. Is the most important occult number in existence. There was a storm, so she's being all weird. 153. I don't have any more chicken. Okay, she found the chicken. Case 1935 provides a table which gives the names, numbers, and correspondences of the 12 letters of the Hebrew alphabet along with the correspondences of the Hebrew letters so that the reader may, quote, by means of this table decode the hidden meaning of every detail of the symbolism of the seal. Hebrew. Biblical and prophetic. Other researchers in the esoteric tradition interpret the seals biblically and prophetically. Case 1935. Sigrand, Cigrand, Cigrand, 1903. Cobb, 1943. Cobb with two B's. DeVos, 1921. Fox, 1937. Haberman, 1942. Haberman, Lannin, Lannin, 1931. Morey, Morey, 1923. 1944. Price, 1952. Totten, 1893. Totten, I guess Totten. Waterman, 1973. Wright, ND. Not documented, maybe is the date, I'm guessing. Wyckoff, Wyckoffnd. Son of a bitch, it's gonna take forever. I'm not trying to read this whole thing. I'm just trying to get to a prequel before I start the Rosicrucian, because I've told Robert Hieronymus to read the 68th Convocation of the Rosicrucian Order, but yet he is not. I've told Ralph Epperson to read the 68th Convocation of the Rosicrucian Order, but he is not. I've told other people endlessly to read this book that I'm showing on the screen right here. 68th Convocation of the Rosicrucian Order. Excuse me. There's some kind of like sickness going around. I don't know. Sorry. Upon the reverse of the seal, the references to the birthright descendants of Joseph and Manasseh of the Egyptian origin, and are still more pointed, the leading motto, Anoat Coeptus, he has prospered our beginnings, is a direct use of an expression so often reiterated in biblical story of Joseph that he has become the very type of a prosperous man. So it was a quote from Totten, 1884. So we're at this part right here. Sorry. So this about the seal, Anoat Coeptus, meaning a translation that nobody else says, is that he has prospered our beginnings. Excuse me. So anyways, back to the right guy, ND, clarifies Totten's proposal concerning the America-Israel descendancy. All the national heraldry, from my understanding, it's America-Egypt. Yeah. Fuck, my nose is running. Might as well just lick this joint. Yeah, you probably never get this manuscript anywhere that I'm reholding, so you're forced to listen to me choke on a joint. Boop boop. So anyways, he clarifies the American Israel descendancy, which I believe is more like American Egypt. All the national heraldry of the United States of America is Israel itish in its origin. Oh, damn it, I guess she wants out. Fuck, son of a bitch. Oh. Sorry, one second. I'm not reading all that over again. Alright, I grabbed a cough drop. Let the cat out. Oh, shit. That better not record itself when I bump the thingy. Fuck. Oh, there it is. Ah, damn it. I got ash somewhere. Okay. Okay, so sorry about the delay. The National Heritage League of the United States is American Israel's edition, its origin. This is a quote from Wright, WRIGHT, about TOTTEN's proposal concerning America-Israel descendancy. All the this could all be Knights Templar. All the national heraldry of the this cough drops from Japan. National heraldry of the United States of America is Israel British in origin. That statement most emphatically does not mean Jewish. Underline. That's true. When we state the heraldry is Israelitish, we mean that one can trace its origin. So I'm assuming this is like 1890 or, a few years after the other one, 1884. Back to the 12 tribes of Israel, who came out of Egypt under the command of Moses. Okay, so that's the end of the quote. It's on page 6 of that book. The other one, the previous one was on page 15. Or XV. Sometimes there's like a Roman numeral intro to a book. And 2626. That's a lucky number. Maybe I'll get 26 million views. Then we state the heraldry. Yeah, stupid cough drop. Back to the 12 tribes of Israel, who came out of Egypt under its command of Moses, page 6. Okay, so Maury's work, 1924, on the seals, biblical and prophetic meanings is probably the most difficult to comprehend. It is presented in the form of a question and answer lesson book. Damn it. I mean, I gotta do this. Robert Anonymous thinks he's gonna die, so he gave me this. The one that went to the publishers might have been altered or cut down some. Information given was often vague and incomplete. Before discussing the seal's specific meaning in respect to biblical prophecy, Maury, 1924, says that, quote, the theme of the entire Bible centers around the loved hope of the glorious country afar off, in an age to come. The crowning event of the allegory of the 12 tribes of Israel, the 1.5 tribe of Jewish and the rest of Christian origin, culminates the Manasseh, America, in parentheses, and Ephraim, Christ's kingdom, in parentheses, as sons of Joseph, in parentheses, Great Britain. And keep in mind, this is Maury, 1924, writing this. Most important of all is the story of a woman, Revelations 12, who fled into the wilderness, secrecy, but who is to return in a glorious nation, defeat the dragon by reopening the ancient teachings of the Holy Grail. For the reason have we the goddess of liberty in New York Harbor, a symbol and reminder to our airship of the ages, page 23. So it's talking about the Statue of Liberty as a symbol of this some sort of woman that came back and fought, killed the dragon. I'm not sure what I don't. It's Revelation 12. Damn, where's my fucking book? Oh, it's far away. I don't remember what Revelations 12 is. We're gonna have to get back to that. Helen Wyckoff. Damn, I guess Wyckoff. Lecture given in the Rosicrucian Summer School of 1936 combines the Kabbalistic, prophetic, and biblical themes with religious fervor, indicative of the passionate desire of many esotericists to have the seal's reverse act as a cultural tool to educate the American public of the destiny and heritage. Invisible capstone of the pyramid now hidden by the eternal eye, measured to disclose the word chosen. This eye of vision in its clairvoyant recesses has made a covenant with the chosen people of America, has promised to make a precious cornerstone of her a sure foundation, a promises rest at the end of her day. Her sources of being, her life and light is Christ. See, this is that dude saying this, not me. This isn't Robert Hieronymus saying this. This is Helen Wyckoff, Wyckoff, and this is a lecture given in 1936. Recesses, covenant, blah blah. That unending source of radiance and warmth, which would, in its effulgence, burn through the outward form in the purest white radiant, a glory, a number far outside the body of America glory. See, what I think is they're perverting the original meaning behind the seal. This lady here, I mean, there is a religious significance, but it's as if you were to forget everything you know about Christianity, and that the seal is the symbol of Jesus, and that's like the main part of the story, and that the the phoenix is always a symbol of the resurrection, and that the symbol of the it's like the founding fathers weren't the secular humanists who were they didn't believe they were God like the modern rulers of the time, who are secular humanists and think that they're God and there is no God, and that this is their only time on earth, and so they gotta abuse all of us. It goes against everything that the founding fathers were for, basically, because it's a complicated story. As we have noted, this, and I will read this whole thing on another video. This is just a piece that I'm reading for. I mean, the whole thing's about the seal, but this specifically about the. Well, I mean, I don't have to go into all this because that other book is sectarian. Yeah, it looks like he's getting into. I mean, I read this, but I was really sick when I read it. The Morgan Affair. Alright, so I got what I was trying to say out of that. Now back to this. So, according to this book, the 68th Convocations, it talks about the 6 points being the 6 secret societies. And then it talks about the, I don't remember what the 13 layers were exactly, but okay, so fundamental laws report a 68th Convocation of the Rose Cross Order, giving a resume of the proceedings of the convocation, together with most of the lectures that were delivered during the time of the convocation by the several delegates present. Also a report of work of ancient. This isn't really necessary to read. I don't know why. Roll of honor. Blah blah. This fucking cough drop's hardcore. An explanation of the contents of this book. It is to be stated that these articles do not give the inner work of the Rose Cross Order, but simply the outer, the public teaching. See, they're saying that this is the exoteric, not the esoteric. And the esoteric is hidden within this, what they're saying, but they're not saying it openly. It's in the secret language, the language of the birds. Read the what the fuck is that book? Read the Mysteries of the Cathedral, written by Fulcanelli. Listen to that episode if you don't have the book, and see what it's about. The William Cooper episode. William Cooper does an episode about this book too, but nobody wants to listen to it, so fuck it, I'm gonna read it. the Illuminati. The Illuminati and its soul science. See, remember how I told you about how Wayne Cooper says they're secular humanists. They believe they're God. Well, see, this is when they say the Christ or Jesus. Those who are initiates don't mean a God that you see in your church. They mean the Luciferian consciousness, and that in the New Age, the churches will all eventually preach or already are preaching man is God bullshit, where people are being taught that fucking because it's like the whole Jesus thing. Where's the put Jesus in your heart, let all this shit? It's fucking like it's like okay, so somebody was arguing with me, and I was like, okay, well, Jesus said in the Bible that if you believe in him, then you'll live forever, and that's it. Period. And I'm not even religious, but I'm just, I believe in the story as both symbolic and possible living people who were practicing a secret society that may have been. I think it was definitely shamanism of some sort with psychedelic mushrooms, but keep in mind that great thinkers and high knowledge can come from like look at the not the Mazatec and the oh Jesus, that scared the shit out of me. What the fuck was that? I think a hash paper fell. I'm lighting my joint back up. Fuck you guys. But anyways, so the yeah, they believe that they are gods, and that fucking damn, it's way too quiet. I don't even have any music going on. Boom boom tsh, boom 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 tsh, boom boom. Years ago, damn it, I wish I could zoom into the page. The Illuminati and the soul science work may be called the child of the Rose Cross Order. Years ago it was found that years ago it was found that where there was one person who desired to follow the work with heart and soul, in other words, who was willing to live their life as taught by the order, there were 800 others who desired teachings from the order, but who were not willing to dedicate their lives to the sublime work. These thousands had to be taken care of, and as a result, the Illuminati and its soul science work was born. Then in April, the order went forth to the brethren. Excuse me. That a sacred convocation was to be held. All delegates were requested to prepare articles on soul science. To that, regular lecture session could be held. And see, the soul science crap is stuff that Weishaupt conjured up. It's not the original teachings of the. It's not the original teachings of the Rosicrucians that had some really weird arguments about. There's books and books about it. It's hard for me to convey. The older you go into the books, the more pure of the story you'll get. And that I believe there was an archaeological. I found multiple signs. For one, Lazarus, his tomb, the place where his tomb isn't the place that they say it is, because in the verse it says the door was lifted off, not open sideways. Like it wasn't opened up, it was lifted off, like fucking a hole in the ground. But there's all sorts of anomalies but it also has to do with masonry, and it's a really long story. But anyways, back to this, because this is the meat of the matter. The brethren, that a sacred convocation was to be held. All delegates were Christian to prepare articles on soul science. That the regular lecture sessions could be held. The lectures that follow are the result. All these lectures were given in open session and are to be considered a soul science work, though in entire harmony with the teachings of the Rose Cross Order. Remember that the Illuminati infiltrated every order. You know, they're I believe they took over the Jesuits, the Masons, the Rosicrucians, the obviously Crowley was most likely an Illuminati member, but probably on a lower scale since he couldn't be trusted, because he's a wacko. Yeah, I said it. Fuck him. You think I'm scared of bad mouthing him? I'd shit on the devil. Where's it at? Fuck. In April, the order went. Fourth, the work of the Rose Cross Order was given to students. Can never be published. See, the work as given to its students can never be published. Now go back to the first line. An explanation of the contents of this book, it is to be stated that 3 articles do not give the inner work, capitalized, of the Rose Cross Order, but simply the outer public teachings. So then go back down. All these lectures were given in open session, blah, blah, blah. Oops, I was actually... Who the fuck was I? Where the hell's the mouse at? Sacred science. The inner initiation of such work continues as students reach initiation. They are called upon to attain the convocation. To attend a convocation, at which time the degree is conferred upon them. Inner work always precedes the outer work, as the outer work is only a bond binding together the brotherhood. Where the fuck is that part where I'm really tired? I stayed up really late. Fucking. Only slept 5 hours last night, but stayed up my normal time and should have went to bed early. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm retarded. The first line of the last paragraph. The work of the Rose Cross Order, as given to its students, can never be published. Okay, so next page. Thus, a word and explanation. Many, having heard the great order and its work, and actually knowing nothing of its inner work, have ignorantly or fraudulent intent established so-called Rose Cross bodies. These bodies, knowing nothing of the true work of the Rose Cross, have nothing but a ritualistic, initiatory rite or degree work. See, that it's saying that there's an inner core beyond the veil. The inner core is what beyond the veil means, simply in the terms of the Blavatsky heads out there. But anyways, we would refer all seekers to authorities on the Rose Cross and on initiation, and they will then find that the true Rose Cross is actually a school of spirituality with a degree ceremonial initiation as its climax by the Hierophant of the order. See, it doesn't even say the name because these people are the secret societies are just that, secret, but they will publish everything. But see, it's written in the esoteric language, literally. It says it right on the previous page. This isn't bullshit. When they take the fucking when you take the blood oath, it's blood in, blood out. That's why I wasn't joining. That's why I didn't join. I'm not gonna fucking join that shit. I mean, technically the Bible's, I'm not a religious person, but the Bible says it's against taking oaths, oaths of blood, and that early in the summer, instructions were received from the hierarchies to call the inner circle of the Rose Cross Order into session, and a fitly celebrate thus to fitly celebrate the 68th year of the Rose Cross Order in America. Orders were immediately issued to those who have the privilege of attaining this convocation, and on June 1st, the convocation was called to order, and the preliminary lectures were started. I still got the cough drop. At this convocation, all delegates were instructed to prepare and deliver articles which should have a bearing on the conditions of the present day, and which should be by the means of helping humanity. However, because the limited amount of time and disposal of those who could attend, only a few were enabled to prepare such lectures. See, when they mean help humanity, they're just talking about fucking more of their gobbledygook. I mean, some of them have legitimate archaeological studies and stuff, but most of it's just fucking, like Wayne Cooper said, it's fucking gobbledygook. And fucking, he says flat out, you know, he's the only person that's fucking deciphered their gobbledygook. And fucking, you know, the fact that he calls it gobbledygook, you know, is an insult to them and a beautiful insult. Fucking gobbledygook. Anyways. Not as many lectures delivered, might have been delegates. But even so, there were from 2 or 3 lectures a day, but most of these lectures will be found at the present volume, though many of the lectures cannot be given in book form, as they were only delivered as from teacher to those in the inner circle. From the beginning of the month until the day of the 13th, there were lectures in the assembly hall, which had been built in 1910, and the hall is very interesting too. I think I wrote to them once, for the express purpose of holding these yearly convocations. But on the 13th, there were no lectures, as all the day was required for making the preparations necessary in order to that the ancient mysteries, capital letters, may be given to the delegates in form of symbolism, consisting of 3 degrees. Oh. I can do no better. Damn it, can't drop. I'm chewing it, fuck it. I can do no better than to give the article prepared by the Grace, blah blah, Secretary Rose Cross, blah blah. I mean, you're sitting here reading it too, so fuck it. 1916. It's like a Ricola from Japan that my chick got, and fucking, it's like a flavor they don't have around here. Woo woo. But technically, July 16th, 1916 might be some kind of a special day or something. Ancient mysteries of Egypt given in an initiation of their 3 degrees. See, I've read this quite a few times, but it's been a minute. But I really have. This is one of the very few books I've actually read all the way through, because it's not a huge read. I mean, it's, well, hopefully I'm not speaking too soon. Under the authority of the Rose Cross Order. Damn it. Contract. Founded in America in 1858, prominent delegates of the order were gathered in the most remarkable conclave held during the last 5,000 years, the publication of whose records now opens to the world the connection of Egypt and her ages of true religion, power, and glory with the mystic seal of the United States, whose heraldic symbolism declaring the mighty destiny of America has until now only been known to a limited number. At Beverly Hall, in a beautiful Damn it. Ouch. I'm lighting my roach up. Damn it. I don't even know if it's worth it. Am I in a drug commercial? No. Weed's not a drug, it's a plant. Fuck you. No offense to anybody. Let's see. Publication of whose records now opens to the world the connection of Egypt and her ages of true religion. Power, symbolism, the mystic seal, with the mystic seal in it. Here, like, oh, damn it, I already read that. Fucking high. Off weed. Just to clarify. Yeah, pills are bad. Anything that you put in your nose is bad. Drugs are bad. I only smoke weed. I don't even trip anymore. It's been like 10 years. I tripped way too much back in the day. At Beverly Hall, the beautiful Tohickon Valley, about 4 miles from the town of Quakertown, men and women of all ranks of life, high masons, members of the Eastern Star, physicians, teachers, authors, members of all denominations inclusive of the Hebrew. All these assembled at the call of the Grand Master of the Rose Cross Order for the 68th convocation. Inclusive. That means all of... that probably means like B'nai B'rith and other orders. Which are also... It's Jewish Freemasonry. Some years ago. But see, members of the lodge aren't a religion. They're not Jewish anymore once they're Masons. Just like if you're a Christian and you join the lodge or any religion, even, you know, if you just believe in a random God, once you've joined, you've entered into a mystery school. And everybody thinks it's just some kind of silly joke. Like, oh, I got wrapped up in a blanket and fucking, somebody put a little fucking sword or, needle to my, or what's that, the compass needle, the compass point of a compass, you know, I'm pretty sure that's what they use, or they use a knife or dagger, but they put the dagger or the compass point to the candidate's chest, and see, you're blindfolded, and so that's, I think that's the second or third one, I don't know, but anyways, these tricks that they play, like, this is a weird ancient, you know, like, trick type thing. It's like, the ancient secret societies hold the wisdom of, hypnosis, and that, that's where hypnosis comes from, and that a branch of the Hashashim that I believe was infected, what William Cooper basically proves it in a bunch of his episodes, that, I mean, a bunch, but he talks about random shit so much, but like, on all the broadcasts, but like, you can get them on the, website, but anyways, or on YouTube, but like, the, damn it, what was I getting at? Oh, yeah, how they're inducted into Freemasonry, and that the degrees, the assassins and the Templars, and how the assassin rites may have went through damn, what's his name, the Alumbrados guy, Ignatius Loyola. And the assassin rites go back to India, where people were drinking datura, and, you know, they were assassins, and that I read the Jesuit oath on the Mason thing, the Mason slideshow, and that the Jesuit oath is like the same as the assassin oath. The Royal Order of the Assassins of, you know, like Persia or whatever, and fucking the like I don't remember his name, but their initiates were like brain dead, and they weren't really brain dead, but they were like triggered in a weird way. Like they knew how to make people into putty, and that's why the symbology in the movie of Conan is so important, because you can see it in the movie where the guy simply states that he now knows the riddle of steel, and that it was Conan goes and is like the riddle of steel, and then the snake guy is like, who also plays Darth Vader, is like, the riddle of steel is not, well, I don't remember what he says, but then he says, the riddle of steel is the flesh that bears it, and then he points to an initiate, and then he waves her to come towards him, and then she falls to her death. And then he says, "See, look, boy," talking to Conan, and he says, "The power of flesh," and and then and there it was showing he was like the Hashashim leader, basically, the serpent cult. I mean, I don't think the Hashashim actually used serpents, but I mean, it's possible they were assassins, so I would assume they got venom from somewhere, I guess. But I mean, most of the dark side orders are serpent cults, and that the light side orders seem to be the real light side seem to use symbols of eagles and like or lions, and that the I don't know, it's complicated. I mean, because like because of Freemasonry and its symbols being taken over by the Illuminists. You see, Damon, I hate to make it this long on this page, and I'm not even super late, fucking. But you see, one of the guys who this all has to do with General Washington, because one of the guys who trained the troops was from Prussia, and that the before Freemasonry, I was, damn it, I don't remember when the Scottish Rite Temple was built, but you see, the Scottish Rite Temple was built by the King of Prussia. He chartered it, and the Scottish Rite Temple in D.C. in the House of the Temple of the 33rd. It's chartered by the King of Prussia, and that. See, nobody ever says stuff like that, but see, the original troops of Washington were. There's a guy from Prussia, and I believe there's a direct connection between that guy who trained, who's from Prussia, and the King of Prussia, and that there was a Masonic alliance of Prussia, and then Prussia was destroyed along with Russia, the old Russia with the Tsars, and that the Rasputin was a Jesuit. I found a book saying that he was a Jesuit. I need to look more into it. But Rasputin was a Jesuit, and fucking he helped destroy Russia under the Tsar rule. The Vatican sent its people to destroy all the empires, because it was a good empire before the Tsars died, and and that after they were killed, the socialists took over Russia, and they milked the people of everything they had. I know a girl in Russia who's ironically, she has the same name as my girlfriend, but that's not I don't know. That's a long story. Anyways, she ain't got no teeth. And she's like, she's had somebody on Twitter, but like, it's like, it's fucked up. Or, I don't know, they're poor out there. They're willing to eat bugs, like straight up, and, it's fucked up. I feel bad for these people, not that, I don't know. But anyways, I try to just stick to research, because fucking, this is the most important thing, is this research here, and that sucks that I'm the only person with that other manuscript. I don't know if that's on eBay or anything, or the Robert Hieronymus thesis. I mean, I definitely read like 3/4 of it. It's really good, but there's a lot of questions. I tried to answer a lot of his questions that he made in the thesis about. Well, not really questions, but about unknown, assumptions about was Thomas Jefferson in the Illuminati, and yes, he was because of the letters. I'm gonna have to dig that quote up. But anyways, back to this book because this is the important one. 1916, proof of the Illuminati in the 20th century, which so many people claim there wasn't, but William Cooper brought this to the table. This is what William Cooper brought to the table. This is not my. Well, I mean, a lot of my commentary is my research, and I mean that's. I don't know, but anyways, I'm helping analyze. See, you can't just. You wouldn't have noticed those things earlier about how it's. I mean, you might have slightly noticed the inner teaching thing, but the part about where it's not to be written, and that or I don't remember the exact wording, but I had to emphasize that because I've read multiple books like this that weren't stuff that William Cooper brings to the table. That the book specifically says if a non-initiate gets the book to burn it, or it says this is written in beyond the veil, or maybe not those exact words, but anyways, back to this book because I'm not up all night because I'm pretty tired. Freaking, I might have to make part 2 or something. The High Masons, Eastern Star. See, Swinburne Clymer, he was a real weird. He seemed like he might have been on the good side, but like he talks about the occult in a supernatural way to where it's you don't know if he's insane or what if he actually experienced these things, if it was real. I mean, if what Swinburne Clymer says, our Swinburne Clymer, if what he says is real in his books, then there's crazy shit. But you can't take someone's words for it because he could have been fucking off his rocker, like ready to go to a fucking nursing home. I mean, no offense to old people, but I need to exercise more. I'm old. But anyways, fucking, I'm not as old as Ralph Epperson. He's over twice my age. He's 86. But Swinburne Clymer, author of the Philosophy of Fire, Ancient Mystic Orient Masonry, the Rosicrucians, their teachings, Mysteries of Osiris, Soul Science, Immortality, and over 30 other works, bought a mountainous tract of land, and on this was built Beverly Hall, an assembly hall, press rooms, and libraries, and chemical laboratory. Whoa, that's weird. Which surrounded by orchards, vineyards, and nobody go fuck with this place or anything because that's not cool. You don't. It's freedom of religion in America. These people aren't undermining. They're just trying to put claim on what the founding fathers did, and it's bullshit. But anyways, so and they're also perverting the ancient masonry, and they claim, the Christian and all these other people are all perverting the ancient doctrine, blah blah. But they're sitting there spouting Illuminati, man is God, fucking Adam Weishaupt bullshit, fucking where Adam Weishaupt was a lawyer and he couldn't see the deep mysteries of certain religions, and fucking so he just immediately dismisses them because he was a Jesuit, and he's like, oh fuck the Vatican, they're pieces of shit. That's Adam Weishaupt talking, not me. You get my point, but like it's like he but you get my point. It's like he was like, fuck them. I'm gonna make my own religion where, I don't know if he was like insane and he just made it all up, or I mean, technically the old priest kings of ancient times did believe they were gods. Perhaps he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this. The Pope's doing it. The Pope's sitting there saying he's God, fucking swearing, making all the fucking Jesuits swear to the Pope, swear that fucking the Pope is they swear to kill people for the Pope. I read the thing. I read the number where you can find the Jesuit copy on the fucking in the Congress or whatever. You can find it in the Library of Congress, the number on the paper. But anyways, fucking damn, where was I going with that? It's just I gotta clarify about the Illuminati teachings versus the ancient Masonry teachings that were different, in that there was real, there's number measurements in the pyramids and all this other stuff that have, it's not it's not any type of magic or it's fucking mathematical equations, and I mean, it's really hard to explain. I mean, a good like small stepping point would be lectures on Freemasonry and the Great Pyramid from like 1886 or some shit. I don't remember the year, but fucking he talks about how the pyramid, one of the shafts was the exact angle of the sun when it rises up to the summer solstice. One of the other shafts was the same angle as it goes down, and that the day of the pyramid, or see, you have to know all this to know about. You have to see the full picture. The day on the pyramid, the pyramid was like a legend for the Earth. It's like a calendar marker where the pyramid is exactly 1/2 degree of latitude and 1/2 degree of longitude, and that if you measure the south face of the pyramid and you measure the north face of the pyramid, the face of the north face of the pyramid is slightly smaller, as to where if you drew a line from the bottom right side to the top right side of the pyramid and extended it to the North Pole, and then you drew a line from the bottom left side of the pyramid to the top left side of the pyramid and drew it to the North Pole, both of those lines would meet at exactly the North Pole, because that pyramid is built exactly perfect. And you see, none of you who, I've built barns, I've laid cement, tons of cement. I tried to build my house on exactly north, south, east, west faces, just to try to get it right, and fucking but for them to build a structure that the sides are exactly, the sides line up and will meet up to the North Pole, and it's a 1/2 a degree, which is so many megalithic yards. Randall Carlson, or I think that's his name, he goes over, but the Scott Onslaught also goes over the megalithic yards and shit. But this that I can't remember who made the observation of the sides going. I think that might have been Randall Carlson. I think that's his name. But anyways, he thoroughly documented it. But anyways, there's also the sides. Each side is 365.242, and if you times that by 4, that extra 2.424 times equals the leap year day, and that the leap year day is the day for Anubis, and the star is Sirius C, and that Anubis, that's why it's the dog star, Sirius C, the dog, or Sirius, the dog star, because it wasn't called the Dog Star before that. It was called Isis and Osiris, and that they were associated with the moon and the sun, and that or the sun and the moon, and that uh, because Isis was the boat that went across the sky, but she was also Sirius, and that's why the Egyptian glyph has the star. But anyways, this is all relevant because of this is their religion, and I'm trying to describe it to everyone, and it's really freaking tough after being in the world, being retired from the world, trying to learn all this shit and fucking figuring it all out, and then like trying to catch up with all the modern world and shit, and fucking all I've been doing is smoking weed, studying this whole time, and fucking it's like a time capsule. You study, and I mean, I've watched all the watched TV and stuff, but like fucking TV's all garbage. There's nothing fucking intelligent or anyways, Beverly Hall. I'll get to the rest of the Illuminati stuff later, and all that stuff. Rose Garden, Terrence Laws, Collie Kennels, blah blah. And to the added mystic, this has been. I gotta spit this toothpick out. To this has been added the mystic, for in the secluded and wooded tract of 50 acres of this land, an artificial lake was made from a mountain stream, a throne room erected, and other improvements made, which would be needed for the initiation of the neophyte in the Egyptian mysteries. The convocation was called into order on June 1st in the Assembly Hall, built over 5 years ago for that purpose, and to deliver of a series of lectures upon practical as well as mystical subjects began and continued at the close of the convocation. The delegates and teachers presented the lectures, which were followed by discussions upon the subjects of eugenics, which is fucked up, scientific motherhood, which CPS, who knows, code of ethics for schools and home. I mean, this all could be, minus the eugenics part, could all be, I mean, unless they're purposely having sex with, like how the Mormons are, all fucking blonde-haired, blue-eyed and shit. That's technically not illegal to purposely breed with someone who's your own race, if that's the type of eugenics you're talking about. But I don't believe that is the type of eugenics. I mean, if you took it the full worst way, I mean, this is where, what year? This is 1916. This is where the fucking Nazis came from. Eugenics is Nazis. Fuck them. They're not the real custodians of the mysteries. They fucking pervert it, and they fucking exterminate the masses because they're Illuminati. And fucking, Illuminati pulled its work with fucking the French Revolution. The French Revolution was completely orchestrated by the Illuminati. Nesta Webster documents that, and fucking a number of other people. And we're sitting here in modern times watching the people that orchestrated the French Revolution orchestrate a civil war with the mainstream common fucking idiot person, and all the intellectuals who are on the good side are trying to warn people and stop them from any acts of violence, because anything that's this all the law is on our side, the Constitution's on our side. They can't legally do anything they're doing to us. They can't put us under contract with the birth certificate. They can't fucking force a social security number on us. They can't force us to have unconstitutional currency. they've made it so unlawful emergency orders have taken away our constitution. And see, that's where the fucking this is where you know that the founding fathers were different than these pieces of shit sons of bitches that fucking sit there and think that they're fucking God and spew their fucking double talk bullshit Hegelian dialect. You think this is a fucking game? These people are fucking slaving us, farming us. 1/3 of your paycheck. You work, 8 months out of the year, and then the rest you work 4 months. So it takes 4 months before you even start getting paid. If you know what I'm saying? Like a third of your year is fucking gone. Imagine what you could do that third of the year. You know, that's fucking economic slavery, where they don't have to take care of the slaves because we have to feed and house ourselves, and then we have to slave away at their fucking bullshit giant corporations that fucking all these fucking giant foreigners from Europe have taken, made these giant businesses through the Rockefellers and Rothschilds, and fucking like destroyed the American dream of the common American person owning their own business. Why do you fucking need a union if you're working for yourself, motherfucker? Like, Jesus Christ, and this is me talking to all these stupid fucking Marxists that want to get in arguments with me and fucking not have any valid points when I'm bringing real shit to the table. And fucking, I spend hours. There's no point in even arguing with the fucking Marxists because they're fucking goddamn brainwashed idiots. I worked for so long for my dad, working my ass off, not getting shit, and fucking nothing. Nobody's got nothing. Everybody's just fucking walking around. Oh, credit, credit, credit. That's what the Illuminati wants. The socialists want to give you credit. Period. And fucking God damn it. How long is this? Damn it, I'm already past an hour. I'm gonna do a part 2, I guess. After, damn it, I need to say what I gotta say. They fucking sit there and give people credit, and fucking, that's the whole goal, to keep you permanently enslaved through credit. God damn it, don't you get it? We're all sitting here getting screwed, and fucking, like, people are sitting there arguing, jumping over each other's back, fucking, like, shitting on everybody, fucking jumping over everybody, trying to, elbow everybody out of the way. Nobody's fucking helping each other out. All these fucking fake ass fucking religious people that fucking, all these fucking non-religious people, all these people in general, 97% of the population is not very bright. And, the 3% has to stand up for the 97% and help these fools that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and fucking use knowledge and truth, because no lie can live forever. I mean, if Abe Lincoln was a good guy, which I'm not sure if he was good or bad or both, or, he did bad stuff because he was forced to, but then, was later killed. But he said no lie could live forever. And that truth defeats lies. With the Constitution and the Articles of Confederation, some of the founding fathers, when it comes to people who are against the Constitution because of slavery and so on, some of the at least like half of them were against slavery. It's just at the time it was like, it's like a peer pressure thing. Like, oh, you're against that, but it's okay. Everybody's doing it. It's cool. It's like at school, you get peer pressure to stupid shit. And then the whole society does it, and the whole world was doing it. And fucking, it did end up stopping. This isn't what this is about. This is about how the founding fathers tried to create something to stop. They created something that was based on old Egypt, and that it had real significance. And Adam Weishaupt and Thomas Jefferson, they were lawyers. They couldn't see through that. Because they were fucking lawyers. Fuck lawyers. Fuck. No offense to anybody who I know who's a lawyer, but, You see what I'm saying though? It's like uh they fucking took something that was gonna be pure and they shit in it, like Adam Weishaupt, with their illuminist, anti. I don't know. I'm getting way too into the right here, so I'm just gonna do part 2 and fucking take a quick break, even though I'm up way too late and just probably go to sleep. I might just pass out. Oh fuck it. Damon, I need to finish that last paragraph. And the time of Solomon is the time of as in the time of the Egyptian priesthood, no ceremony was ever held unless the circle of Solomon, commonly called the sacred seal of Solomon, had been previously prepared. But since the fall of Egypt and the Temple of Solomon, this seal has been practically unknown, except to a limited number of students of ancient religions and mysteries. During the first week in June, the Grove especially prepared for the dramatization, and that's what I refer to as passion plays, of the ancient mysteries of Osiris. The Seal of Solomon, often called the Magic Circle, was especially built, and on June 11th, the dedication of the Magic Circle took place in the presence of the delegates of the Rose Cross Order, some of whom were natives of Germany, England, and Russia. This was in accord with the system as practiced by the ancient priests of Egypt and the Sanhedrin of the Temple of Solomon. On the night of June 13th, the first section of the class, including those of the order taking part in the initiation, assembled in the Grove of Osiris, which was illuminated by electricity from a central powerhouse specially prepared for the purpose. Damn it, how long is this? Oh, fuck. Maybe I can swing through it. For the purpose. Illuminated by the electricity for the central power, especially prepared for the purpose, the initiation of ancient mysteries of the 3 degrees and the 6 scenes. See, 3 degrees with 6 scenes, 3 times 6, as in, not as in math, but as in 6, 6, and 6. 6 scenes, and 3 different sections. So, but anyways, the students of the ancient mysteries and religions know that the Temple of Solomon, there was 3 courts, and the outer court of the people, for the people, being composed of 700 selected teachers and leaders. These were members of the first degree, illuminati, called also seekers, travelers, or soldiers. See, travelers, as in fellow travelers, to the Masons and the socialist communists, saying that they're fellow travelers. And then there's a fucking TV show called Fellow Travelers on Showtime that shows fucking stupid fucking socialists that are fucking romanticizing bullshit, fucking, that are, helping the great work of the Illuminists fucking take over the planet, and all these fucking stupid hipsters are fucking watching that shit, fucking thinking it's cool with their little fucking Russian hats and all this bullshit, and fucking sitting there, and we're sitting here fucking getting screwed with unconstitutional taxes up the wazoo, and all these people are sharing memes that fucking, this shit gets me heated, because it's fucking bullshit, and we're sitting here getting screwed. And fucking all these people, we're gonna all like, and like, nobody's got a brain about it. This is fucking, everybody thinks that, they think when the secret societies say the eon of Horus, the conquering child, is coming, they think it's just some fancy talk. And fucking, it's not. It's these initiates are doing their thing. And fucking, there's people that are, these brainwashed youth that are, they're enraged. That is, you see the meme of the chick screaming, ah! It's like, it's like their emotions, an emotion based being, where it's like in the William Cooper Ralph Epperson talk, they're, I think it's like the fifth one where he talks about how the secret society wants an emotional, limitless emotions. Basically, the same word as "do as thou wilt," but in different words. So, anyways, these were members of the first degree illuminati, called also seekers, travelers, or soldiers. The middle court, or members of the second degree, were 70 in number, and were supposed to be in the hall of meditation, and acted as meditators between people and the inner sanctuary. All of the inner court or circle of the seven priests, and the master of the high priest, who were the teachers between God and man, mediators between the seen and unseen. See, this is what this is what I'm talking about. It's like they live in fantasy land. I believe in the Amazonian witch doctors, but I don't believe in this. You see what I'm saying? Like, the native tribes had something real, and that these people are just, running on misfires. But anyways, I got like 2 more pages, so I gotta hurry. In the Egyptian mysteries, the first court was made up of the royal youth of Egypt, which, by the way, mainly Pete Hall points out that their hair was not trimmed in the front on one side and brushed to one side. But anyways, and such students from foreign countries as desired to enter the temple or in priesthood, and these during probation. And keep in mind that at the time of the ancient at the time after the ancient pyramids were taken by a second, when the dynastic Egypt happened, a dynastic Egypt was not part of the pyramids were built before that, and that it was all handed down, and then the dynastic Egypt came and fucking ate it all up, and then fucking like kept altering it endlessly and fucking. But anyways, so but the point though, back in that time, they worshipped Amen, not Amen, but the goat of Mendes, and that in modern times the statue of the goat of Mendes is coming back up in the westernized version of it by Eliphas Levi, and that he or made it ornamented with the symbols of the priesthoods of the Magi, the staff of Mercury, in the place of Scorpio, and that and the torch for Venus in the place of Aries. The head is the goat, Aries, in between the horns, and the 2 moons signifying most likely a full cycle, which it's like to the witchcraft scene, certain days, it's like a trigger word where it's like how we know when Halloween is, it's like how we have July 4th. Everybody knows what July 4th means. It symbolizes, that America had a revolution. And when they hear certain days, they know that it symbolizes a certain teaching. And fucking, what is Blavatsky says, there's to every initiate there was a star, and to the star there was a name. And that, see, but pretty sure that's how Cooper quotes it, but I think there was another word or two that I missed. Temple of priesthood, these during probation, known as soldiers of the priesthood. See, it's the Knights of Malta and all these different priesthoods. They're military monk orders, undergoing preliminary training. Because Weishaupt was a monk under, name it. Seals have been practically unknown except by limits during the first week in June. Oh, okay. Third, body, mind, spirit, blah blah. Third class called the third degree, where who's those who pass the credit of the test, the first degree, the purification, the second, as well as the various stages of development required for all the students of the Hall of Meditation. Excuse me, in the Royal Third Degree, which took place in the temple, the neophyte received the final instruction. After this came the final test in the beautiful ceremony of death of the old life and giving up the body and its temptations and the raising. See, when it says temptations, it's just like the Illuminati oath that I read in the other slideshow where they tie the red string around the pedundun or whatever. Pedundun. I can't remember how it's pronounced. But the same exact word that's in the Illuminati oath from secret societies of all ages and countries, that's the name of the book, is also the same exact wording of what's. There's a book called Fraternal College, Fraternal Orders, or Fraternal Colleges. But anyways, the book says the specific skull and bones, which I'm gonna bring to the table, and read the skull and bones. Ow, damn it, fuck. Read the skull and bones initiation and prove that the Illuminati and skull and bones both use the Padunda and both say that they eat rooted vegetables. Afterwards, it's symbolic of Cain. But see, that's where, raising of the slain Osiris or spiritual body see, they're perverting the original teachings or whatever, but by his faithful spouse Isis, the soul. So they're showing the initiate turns into God because Osiris is the God, and it's not that it's a God that they worship and think made the universe. It's that they are the God. Osiris is Lucifer. Osiris is Apollo. Reference Revelations chapter whatever, it says the demon at the bottom of the bottomless pit was Abaddon or Apollyon, or I know it says Apollyon. I've read the thing before. Blah blah. The spouse Isis, the soul, and the final illumination. From my understanding, Osiris is the doctrine, and Isis is the spirit, and that so they are. Just say they were Horus. Didn't say they were Horus, but they're Horus. The faithful. It's the same as. It's like a revealing of the degrees of masonry without seeing. The 15th of June. Oh, that's not even worth reading. So far learned either through travel or history, never before since the fall of Egypt, the priesthood, and the fall of the Temple of Solomon, has there ever been a grove, a lake, or represent the Nile magic circle, or a temple prepared. Nor is it believed that anywhere in the world does there today exist such a circle. Nearest to this, however, is Stonehenge of the Druids in Britain, to which their descendants travel each year to a certain time to greet the sun and renew their vows. To this is the first time, therefore, in 5,000 years, that any order has attempted to build up a sacred emblem under the stately oak, so that people of modern civilization might witness the beauties of life and religion. See, they worship Pan. But anyways, in religion of the ancient people, those teachings, the individuals, and Pan isn't an actual being; it's a symbol for the pantheon, I believe. I'll have to go into that. It's a symbol that's in alchemy that, from what I found, it's found inside the Ouroboros, which would explain why Albert Pike says that Pan is the brother, or maybe it was Blavatsky that says it. Pan's the brother of Lucifer, because the serpent would be Lucifer, the goat would be Pan. Teaching the individual soul, see, soul science bullshit, soul development, made the glory of Egypt. See, you take away all these words, same thing as Scientology. They think they're fucking like, oh, we're perfect, our soul science. Yeah. The lost dreams of all Israel, the teachings of the Magi of Persia, all that. See, some of those Persian stuff is in ancient Egypt. I would say ancient Egypt more, but all that was true in India. The splendid philosophy of Greece. They're basically claiming their stamp on all these things. That, oh, we have the true thing. The magnificence of the early Romans, the basis of Christian Ireland's great schools. They're just straight up pumping up their feathers like fucking pieces of shit. As well as the familiar Holy Grail legend of Britain, which that's interesting subject. Celt and Gaul, in this light of the brotherhood of man and fatherhood of God, was founded the great republic foretold by Virgil, upon whose seal is set in the Egyptian pyramid, completed by a white stone of spiritual purification as a crown of the ages. And see, the white stone is the philosopher's stone that they think it is. I believe that they're wrong and that it's a symbol that is not to be used, and it's just part of another series of symbols, and they think it's some actual purification that they built, but they're in the exoteric, and the real esoteric, is yet to be found. And that they're claiming they have it, but they don't actually have it, because all they have is bullshit. And the stuff that I've studied archaeology wise proves that it's not symbolic, that it is symbolic, but it's a symbol that is not some kind of soul spirit bullshit. They're all just any of the mushroom lore, that it's like the mushroom culture dies and the people get all stupid and forget what all the mysteries are about and stuff. And the American, that's a really long subject. I'm not gonna get into that. So the American constellation of 13 stars set in the form of the double triangle was foretold by Merlin, the King Arthur's court, and the philosophy of the Holy Grail, and of Egypt's glory of Solomon's temple, has been a day star of the great American statesman from Washington to Abraham Lincoln. After this, see, they're claiming Washington again. It's like they didn't fight in wars, and they didn't found America. These people were fucking trying to tag along, ride on people's coattails type shit. After the ceremonies in the Grove, there was given in the dining room of Beverly Hall at midnight a feast of the gods, end quote. That's quoted. You can see that. You don't have to say it. But anyways, a feast of the gods, as in they're eating the dinner and they're the gods. Like, duh. Secular humanists, at which neither meat nor spices form part of them. See, they're vegans. No offense to vegans, but this has to do with the Brotherhood of Cain and how the Illuminati. See, I didn't even know that it was gonna say that there was no meat. And I was just talking about the Illuminati and the fucking Brotherhood of the Skull and Bones, how they don't eat meat. And I think William Cooper might have actually, because I know I've heard that broadcast quite a couple times, and fucking, I think that he might have pointed it out, but I don't know if I noticed. I don't know. I'm pretty stoned. But only fruits, nuts, and other products of sun-kissed foods. See, the sun. the conclusion of the rites was held. It has to do with Cain, because Cain, Abel had. This is part of their religion, not mine. Abel had meat. Cain had carved the ground where two stalks became one stalk became two. Where he was farming, and that he brought grain, and God said fuck you, because the God of the time, according to the research of the Old Testament, which is why I don't subscribe to the Old Testament, is that the God had wings, claws, breathed fire, had scales. It was a dragon. Mr. Mythos documents that on YouTube, and he does a very good job. And this isn't about religion; it's about archaeology, and that I've been trying to prove certain religious. The closest I've gotten to any real archaeological proof of a real Christianity is by inadvertently reverse engineering the Rosicrucian doctrine about Lazarus being John of Revelations, and how John of Revelations was Christian Rosencreutz, and I don't actually believe that he lived that whole time. I think it's symbolism that the head of the initiation, the head initiate of the order was the symbol of John of Revelations, and that it was passed down up to Christian Rosencreutz, which was a name change of. But anyways, that's a huge long story. The rose bushes were planted several years ago. Damn it, my wrist hurts. Finally, I'm going to quit after this. I wish that all the readers of the book might have been present at the preparation, at the building, and at the dedication of the ancient magic circle. Or I wish that I might be able to give a detailed description on these sublime ceremonies in this book. However, I cannot do this here, though I hope that in some future work I will be able to do so. Sufficient be it to say that when the stone made out of cement by one of the brothers was nearly finished, the dedication took place, and the emblems placed in the stone itself before it was completed were, and at that part I don't think he was talking in any esoteric sense, unless this part he might be, though. The American beauty rose in full bloom. This is the representation or symbol of the soul that has reached full illumination. Which that's why Billary uses the rose. That's why all these other people use the rose, the single rose, and that's why William Cooper emphasizes on that single rose so much, about what the symbolism of it is, and that it's that they are a full bloomed soul. This fucking soul science bullshit. Feed them a load of crap. Fucking Wayne Cooper says sell them a bridge. Like these people are fucking. They want to think they're better. They think they're better. This ego trip that's happened. I'm all for having an ego, but not when you think you're a fucking god that's retarded. That's when somebody needs to knock you down. I'm not saying, definitely not saying to, saying to do anything. I'm just saying metaphorically, somebody needs to metaphorically knock these people down a notch and let reality hit them that they're not gods, because it's fucking bullshit. That's all there is to it. And the fact that the masses all think that they're all gods and all this bullshit, and fucking, brainwashed by the Zodiac and fucking all this fucking bullshit. It's like, to the Native Americans, all that shit's fucking bullshit. And fucking the symbols of the story are the real story. And they're being overlooked. And that the Christians will never find the real story because they're not seeing the symbols and they're not understanding. And it's complicated, and it still is sacred in that in a way it doesn't matter if it's sacred or not. It doesn't matter if there was no religions at all. There's still God. Something made the universe, and whatever made the universe is God according to the definition. And that fucking, it's not, it doesn't have to be all complicated. Like, all these fucking people arguing about religion and all this bullshit. The mystic ring. This was the solid gold ring belonging to one of the members present, upon which had been engraved the cross and the pentagram. Remember how in the one thing I showed you, the Illuminati ring that said Benai, as in Benai Barith, and that it said Zion as in Sion, as in a real order founded in 1110 AD. Cross and pentagram. All members of the Magi will know what the symbol stands for. Solid gold ring, a cross, and a pentagram. Huh. I'm not sure what it stands for. All members of the Magi will know what the symbol stands for. The ring, I guess I'm not a Magi. The ring itself, as is known to the Magi, is to protect agent against all evil or malignant influences when worn during any ceremony or developing work. See, I don't believe that they actually believe this. I think they like to put superstition stuff in there to, the cross and the pentagram. That's the true magic mirror. This is an emblem of the soul, which, when fully developed, will act as a mirror to the universe, wherein may be wisdom and truth. Lastly, to complete a complete copy of the private textbook Ritualistic Occultism, which contains the ceremonies made use of by the Magi, and 4 of these ceremonials were made use of by 4 of the Magi in dedication of the magic circle. And all of this had taken place, the stone was completed. That's weird. The pentagram and the stone. I've seen pictures of a pentagram above the Ark of the Covenant. And the cross, I don't even know what that would be symbolized of. The stone was completed, and then later in the day the characters were engraved upon the stone by a brother who had completed the stone. So I'm assuming they engraved the 8 letters or whatever. Of the midnight feast of the gods, and of the morning services which took place in the grove, it is not lawful for me to speak at the time, but it is my sincere prayer that all who are enrolled in the sacred schools may someday be present with us and witness these sublime ceremonies, especially as they are conferred in the spring of the year. Arrangements were made by the delegates present through voluntary contributions to either buy another large grove, or if that was found impractical, to build a much larger hall in the grove of Osiris, so that advanced ceremonies may be held the coming spring of the damn it, that isn't even Jesus Christ. I guess I'm gonna leave it here on page 13 because I'm fucking like hit. Oh, what the fuck? That was oh god damn it, it's gonna take forever to upload. Alright, I guess there's a part 2 for sure.